Hello from Hopkins, South Carolina, special broadcast of the East Coast Basketball League. Today it's the Augusta Eagles taking on the Carolina Crusaders. Augusta coming in at 3-6, Carolina coming in at 8-0. Hi everybody, Chris Shima, glad to be with you for this on-demand only version. That's right, we had a little internet trouble here, folks, so wanted to bring it to you in the best quality possible, and that means on demand is the best way to go. So the good thing is you can skip through a lot of the stuff you don't want to see. You can skip through the halftime and all that good stuff. Plus this game in HD, because we uploaded it to YouTube, it might not automatically load that way, so you may have to give it some help, but you can watch today's game in HD anytime you want. So let's meet both team starters. We'll start with the Augusta Eagles. Eddie Bird and his team coming in at 3-6. Starting number 3, Michael Coveson. Number 15, Alfonso Magsby. Number 24, Matthew Todd. And number 35, Daniel Quarles. Also MacArthur Jones, number 10, starting today for Augusta. Now the starters for Kenny White, his first season with the Carolina Crusaders. Starting for the undefeated Crusaders is number 0, Marcellus Dunn. Number 8, Sean Kennedy. Number 13, Sidney Rivers. Number 15, Andre Belton. And number 25, Sam Dotson. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Augusta coming into today's game with a loss. Both of these teams playing back-to-back games. Both teams played on Saturday. Augusta lost to Florence 121-106 as Florence continues to roll. In fact, we could take a look at all the scores while they finish up the starting lineups. Carolina Crusaders, as you can see there on your screen, they're coming off a 155-139 victory at Savannah. That was, again, yesterday afternoon. So we'll talk more about that and the playoff scenarios as most of the action wrapping up this week, as you see a few other games going on today as well. So Carolina Crusaders and Augusta Eagles are meeting for the second time this season. Augusta lost to Carolina 105-98 on the 18th of March. Carolina and Augusta both shot 36% from the field. Augusta was +9 in rebounding, but had 23 turnovers. That was -9 to Carolina's turnover margin. So Carolina took a little better care of the basketball. They've been rolling, though. They've been winning multiple games by double figures. That was the season opener for both of these teams. So the Crusaders in the red, and Augusta's got their Fort Gordon Navy fatigue Army fatigue jerseys on. As we're set to go, it will be for Augusta. Quarles will tip it with Dunn, and it's coming right towards us. So they'll jump it up again. And we're underway. It looks like that's going to be controlled by Augusta. That was Ron Bartley coming up with it. And a turnover, and how about Andre Belton connecting on a quick triple? So Belton's played well this year, 14 points per ball game. Not a great three-point shooter, 28% from behind the arc coming into the weekend. Bartley for 3, can't get it to go. Ball deflected around, and Augusta's got an extra possession. Quick trigger triple is good by Coveson, so we're even at 3 apiece here in the early going. Good ball movement right there from Carolina, laying it up and in underneath Sean Kennedy. Make it 5-3 here in the early going. Just about a minute in, 1 minute exactly here in the opening quarter. That pass by Bartley went off the glass, so shot clock resets. Driving in, Coveson, and Coveson draws a blocking foul. Augusta 2-3 all time against the Crusaders. They have split both meetings in the first 2 seasons. Michael Kovson at the free throw stripe, 78% free throw shooter, averaging over 23 points per ball game. As he connects on that first one, opportunity to tie it up on the next. Pretty good stat line for Kovson this year. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.5 steals. He had 19 points in the first meeting this season, and he's got all 5 right now for Augusta as they have tied it up here. 10:39 left to go in the quarter. Dotson for 3, no good. Tip for the rebound, and its last touch, they say, by Dunn, out of bounds. So Augusta will get it back. Again, even though Carolina's 8-0, these two teams played pretty close in their first meeting. Rising is Bartley, and scoring is Ron Bartley. Augusta with the lead. Bartley just under 16 points per game. Andre Belton, we've seen him quite a lot here in the ECBL. Rising is Kennedy, that was Dunn, apologies, who can't get it to go. Bartley the rebound. Here's Kovson from downtown. Yes, Michael Kovson has 8 of the 10 for Augusta here in the opening 2 minutes. 9:57 to go in the quarter. Dotson to the bucket and draws a whistle. Looks like the block's going to be called on Magsby for Augusta. So that sends Sam Dotson to the free throw stripe, 70% free throw shooter. Dotson, product of Voorhees College, averaging just under 15 per ball game, 14.8, 38% shooter, 4.5 rebounds, over 3 assists for the Crusaders. He goes 1 out of 2, so it's 10-6 here, 9:51 left to go in the opening quarter. Bartley over to Kovson. Kovson looking for the cutter. It's Quarles, Daniel Quarles. Todd right of the lane. Bounce passes it back out to Quarles. Daniel to the bucket, goes glass and scores. Good start for Augusta. They lead it 12-6. Andre Belton into the forecourt now for Carolina. Belton swings it to Dotson between the circles. Dotson on the left, drives to the baseline, and a blocking foul called on Todd. Eddie Bird saying this isn't high school. I agree. Dotson with the inbound. We're over here by the coaches today, so we get the full spectacle of this game. Dunn over to Rivers. Rivers pass deflected. Belton able to recover. Andre Belton, 19.7 points per ball game in 3 seasons with the Crusaders. He rises for 3, short on it. Long rebound to Bartley. Bartley into the forecourt. Good ball movement. Quarles underneath. Draws the foul. Can't get the bucket, but he'll go and shoot a couple of free throws. Well, Quarles had a big game down low for Augusta in the first meeting between these two teams. 10 points, 24 rebounds. He averages a double-double at 12.9 and 10.7. Connects on the first free throw there. Augusta by 7 with 8:50 left to go here in the opening quarter. And the second rims through. So the lead is 8 for the Eagles. Quarter number 1. Dotson gets it to the cutter. Dunn strong to the bucket. Shot off the mark. Quarles with the rebound. Here's Bartley into the forecourt. Tosses it to Kovson on the near side. Quarles, Bartley for 3. Corner shot is good. Answering back quickly, here's Dunn for Carolina getting it to go. You've got to get back on this team. Carolina Crusaders, 120 points per ball game. They like to push the tempo. Bartley falling down was Todd. Here's a 3. Kovson staying hot. He's got 11 here in the opening quarter. 20-8 Augusta. Rivers to the bucket. Rivers can't get the friendly roll. Dunn offensive rebound. Here's Belton trying another triple. That one way off as Kovson comes up with the board. Bartley into the forecourt. Bounce pass is deflected. Kovson stays with it, though. Back out. Bartley, left wing three. Too strong. And it looks like players fighting for the rebound. It was done for Carolina. And this might be a bad one for Augusta. I think it's Matthew Todd who's down now. So they're going to look at him. We will step aside. 7:38 left to go. We'll take a look at some other scores that took place from other games this weekend. Look at some of the other action that took place this weekend. A couple of games taking place today. Matthew Todd helped off with a little bit of help, but he was putting pressure on both of his legs, so hopefully that's a good sign for him. Coming in for Matthew Todd is MacArthur Jones from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so he'll come into the ball game. And they'll look at Matthew Todd over on the side. Meanwhile, good start for Augusta, 20-8. We have 7:33 left to play here in the opening quarter. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. We're in Hopkins, South Carolina, the new home of the Crusaders. Gales coming in, passes underneath. That shot no good by McQueen. So a couple of subs for the Crusaders. Brandon McQueen is in. Naeem Gales also out there. And Anton Greer checking in. They join Belton and Dunn, the five on the court right now for Carolina. Dunn at the half circle, rises and scores over Magsby. So the lead is 10 now. Nearing the midway point of quarter number one. 6:43 left to go. Bartley for three, got it again. He's got two from that side. And the lead grows again to 13 now for Augusta. Strong move to the bucket. Gales going coast to coast, counted in the foul. Naeem Gales. Chance for an old school three-point play. Gales is an 80% free throw shooter coming in for Augusta. Trey Magruder. And he'll replace Magsby. Gales toes the line. Old school three-point play complete. The lead is 10 again for Augusta. 6:17 left to go in the opening quarter. Jones into the forecourt. Bounce passes it near side to Kovson, who's got 11 already. Ball deflected. Good steal by Dunn. Coming up with it, McQueen. The reverse by Gales. Can't get it to go, and Dunn cleans it up. 8-point game, 23-15. Bartley is bumped by McQueen. So it will be Bartley the inbound. Looks like the Crusaders are going to sub in, and it'll be Keith Jumper making his first appearance. Played at Columbia and Pfeiffer College. He's a youngster. He just graduated from Pfeiffer College. 2016-2017, averaged around 9 points per game. So one of the younger players in the ECBL. Keith Jumper out on the court, putting a hand in the face of Magruder, but Magruder hits it anyways. 25-15. 5:33 left to play here in the opening quarter. Jumper no good by Gales. Ball tipped out. Green the rebound. Top of the key. Belton can't get it back rim. Ball deflected again. Belton another offensive rebound thanks to the hustle from Jumper. Greer to the bucket, short, and the rebound controlled by Augusta. Heat check from Coveson, and that will be an air ball out of bounds. Another sub for Augusta coming in is Kadeem Bates, but before that, a timeout. We'll step aside. We have 5:07 left to play here in the opening quarter. 15 for Carolina, 25 for Augusta. Good start for the Eagles. We'll be back. (25-15) Augusta, 5:06 left to go in the opening quarter. Carolina with the basketball. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Hopkins. This is Greer. McQueen had it stripped. Good defense from Augusta that time. That was Daniel Quarles coming up with the ball. Driving to the bucket and getting fouled is Coveson. Again, before that timeout, Kadeem Bates checking in for the Eagles. Foul was called on Andre Belton, and Coveson will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Coveson in 19 ECBL games over the last few seasons, 19 points per game and 4 assists. This year, slightly better than his career average at 23.3 per game. He's stepped it up, and he's got 12 now as he hits that first free throw. More subs on for Augusta. A.J. Miller out there, and also Justin Printon. Coveson again, good, and the lead is 12. Surprising start for Carolina. Not much happening defensively for them. And Augusta with 27 points with 4:43 left to go in the quarter. 3 ball by Greer is missed off the back of the rim. Coveson, long rebound to him. Quarles, that's Nathaniel Quarles, short on the baseline shot. Rebound to the Crusaders. Greer. Here's Etheridge. Etheridge connecting on the triple. Corey Etheridge, one of the newcomers for Carolina this year, 20 points per game, and he's tied for 10th in the league in rebounding with 10.8, so he averages a double-double off the bench. Miller gets it to Coveson, back out to Miller, triggers a triple, and rims it in. Boy, Augusta is hot. This is a team that shoots 34% from the field on the season. They are tearing up this court here in Hopkins. So's Carolina, they're starting to heat up as well as Greer gets another triple to go. Anton Greer came in shooting just 25% from downtown. He had 18 in the first meeting between these two teams. Magruder turnaround shot no good. Etheridge the rebound. Here's Gales. Gales, nifty moves and a nifty shot by Gales. The lead is 7, 3:24 to play here in quarter number 1. That ball deflected out of bounds, and they say last touched by Augusta. Eagles going to sub in MacArthur Jones. And before that, Eddie Bird wants timeout. So the lead down to 7. Augusta will talk about it, and we will step aside as we take a look at the up-to-date playoff standings entering Sunday's play. As we take a look at the updated playoff standings, these two teams, one is in, Carolina Crusaders. Augusta with some work to do. They're right now a half a game ahead of Savannah. Savannah 3-7, Augusta 3-6. On the schedule is a game at Savannah, which will close out the regular season for Augusta, which may decide who goes and gets that last playoff spot. Krishima, glad to be back with you here in Hopkins. Set the 5 on the court for you. Kadeem Bates for Augusta, joining Trey Magruder, also MacArthur Jones, Nathaniel Quarles, and A.J. Miller. That's the 5th player for the Eagles. Took me a second. Those fatigue jerseys. Strong move to the bucket there by Trey Magruder. He gets it to go. That ends the Carolina run. Carolina, Gale's playing quick. He's out on the court with Etheridge, McQueen. 3 ball by Greer, who's out there. Ball deflected to Jumper. That's the 5th player for Carolina. 2:17 left to go in the opening quarter. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Crusaders. Crusaders have 3 more games left. Next 2 on the road. They're on the road at Florence on Saturday at 3. Then at SC Upstate June 3rd, and against the Primetime Players June 4th. Will both of those teams be undefeated when they meet on June 4th? Right now, Carolina with some work to do. Magruder, the rebound off the miss, throws it out. Strong move to the bucket by Miller, and he draws the foul, so he'll go to the line with 1:53 to play in the quarter. A.J. Miller, 66% free throw shooter. He had 14 in the first meeting between these two teams. Averages 17.3 points as he puts his team back up by double figures. Augusta's led by as many as 13 in this game. Second one good as well. Michael Kovson, 11 points in the first half of this first quarter. So 34-23, 1:47 to play in quarter number 1. Etheridge for 3, an air ball. Put back no good by McQueen. Another offensive opportunity from Gales. Gales gets it back and buries a triple. I mean, you can't give teams 3 shots at the basket and expect to come away unscathed. The lead down to 8. That's going to be an offensive foul, illegal screen called on Augusta. 1:24 left to go here in quarter number 1. Greer, guarded by Miller in the man-to-man. Greer gets a screen. Greer, the bounce pass underneath to the cutter. Screen and roll by Jumper. And for a guy who hasn't been around with the team very much, that was great communication between those two players. The lead is 6 now. Magruder, top of the key, drives in, floats it up, and draws a foul. Trey Magruder making his 4th appearance this year for Augusta. Played in the first game between these two teams, had 6 points. Again, there wasn't much separating these two teams. Turnovers were +9 in favor of Augusta. They had 9 more turnovers than Carolina. But Augusta was +9 in rebounding. Just a couple of more looks at the bucket for Carolina that separated these two teams in their first meeting. Both free throws missed, and I believe that went off the Crusaders. So we'll stay on this side of the court as we go inside 1 minute to play. 54 seconds to be exact. Jones will inbound it. There's Bates being hounded by the scrappy Gales, and Gales over aggressive, called for the foul, so more free throws to come for Augusta. A lot of fouls for the Crusaders here in the opening quarter. They played aggressive, but so Kadeem Bates, 50% free throw shooter at the line. First one up and in. Sub for the Crusaders. Sam Dotson, one of the starters, returning for Carolina. So the lead back to 8 for the Eagles now. 44 seconds left to play here in quarter number 1. Three ball by Dotson, yes. Good 2-for-1 for Carolina there. Dotson got a quick look and did not hesitate. Jones, bounce pass over to Bates. Bates strong to the bucket, too strong on the shot though. Jumper the rebound, and Carolina has 17 seconds left to work with. Although Etheridge will take a quick three, a little bit short on it, tip for the rebound, and the little guy Bates able to get it. 7 seconds to work with now for Augusta. 4 seconds. Over on that right side, three ball by Miller is no good. Put back at the buzzer by Jones, no good. And quarter number 1 comes to a close. 36-31, good start for Augusta, but Carolina starting to close the gap. We'll be back with quarter number 2 after this. Second quarter underway. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Hopkins, South Carolina. Augusta by 5 as we start quarter number 2. Stepping into a three is Greer, missed it back rim. Rebound controlled by Heaven Childs, who's on for the first time. Can't get the bucket, but the tip by Rivers is good. That's the third three-possession opportunity that the Crusaders have had. Princeton. Top of the key, that's Jones. Printon again. Magsby gets it back to him. Baseline shot is up and good. Here's Greer. Greer to the cutter. Looking for Childs, and it's deflected out of bounds. So Heaven Childs on for the first time. Also coming on for the first time is Shamari Johnson. And I do believe this is his first game this season. They join Greer and Rivers. Also Dotson. That's the 5 to start quarter number 2 for Carolina. Dotson the steal. The cutter is Greer. Shot rejected by Magsby, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Crusaders. So good defense there from Augusta. Earl Anderson on for the first time for the Eagles to start quarter number 2. On the court with Magsby. Also Jones, Nathaniel Quarles. Here's Anderson on the baseline. Over to Jones. Jones, left wing jumper is off. Princeton the rebound. His reverse, no. Tried to follow it. First effort was no good. Second effort rejected. Still, the Eagles maintain possession. 10:20 left to go here in quarter number 2. Anderson called for steps. 2 subs coming in for the Eagles. Daniel Quarles, Michael Coveson, who had the hot hand in the first quarter for Augusta with 11 points. He's into the game. So Crusaders off the turnover. Chance to cut into the deficit. This is Rivers. Rivers, that ball was kicked. 10:08 left to go here in the second quarter. And Rivers will inbound it over on the far side of your screen. Greer gets a screen, takes it up top. Magsby on him on a switch. Greer buries the triple over him. The lead is down to 2, 38-36. Brinton, guarded by Dotson, able to get into the forecourt. Now Coveson. Coveson steps into a 3 and buries another one. That's 14 for Coveson. Driving to the bucket. Strong move by Dotson, who goes coast to coast. Sam Dotson, 14.8 points per game. He had 7 in the first meeting between these two teams. 9:16 to play in the second quarter. Augusta with the basketball. Now a turnover. Here's Greer. 3-on-2. Greer takes it himself. Yes, and the foul. And the Crusaders can tie it up here with an old school 3-point play opportunity coming to Anton Greer, who shoots 88%. 2 subs in. Ron Bartley checking back in. Also coming on is Michael Fryer for the first time. Greer, 21.5 points per game. He had 18 in the first meeting between these two teams. Ties it up at 41. 9:04 left to go here in quarter number 2. Here's Fryer. Coveson. Alley-oop to Quarles, who throws it down. Be careful, folks. Says no dunking on those rims, so hang on. Greer trying to force contact. Does not get the call. Gets it back, though, and buries a 3. First lead of the game for the Crusaders since the early going when it was 2-0. 44-43, Carolina. Bartley for 3 from the corner, yes. Back and forth we go here in the second quarter. Greer into the forecourt. Greer steps to the right, got just enough of a look at it, but it went around the rim and out. That was Daniel Quarles with the rebound. Stepping into one, here's Bartley, and that was off the mark. 8:07 left to go here in the second quarter. Another sub is Marcellus Dunn for the Crusaders, and coming back in is Trey Magruder for Augusta. He'll replace Magsby. Dotson into the forecourt. Crusaders, balanced scoring attack. 6 players averaging over double figures. Dotson is one of those players as he buries a triple to put Carolina back up by 1. So 4th lead change in the last couple of minutes. Michael Fryer for 3, short. Skying for the rebound was Childs. Evan Childs scoops it off the glass. No, trying to follow it was Dunn. Ball deflected, and Daniel Quarles settles things down for Augusta. Jones guarded by Greer. Here's Bartley, extra pass. Shot up no good, but it'll be free throws to come. I believe that's Magruder. So Magruder goes to the line. Try to tie or take the lead. Trey Magruder 0 for 2 so far today from the charity stripe. He, I believe, has struggled this year. I've got him at 20% from the charity stripe this year. 20%. Can salvage the trip here, he does, and we're tied at 47. Rivers into the forecourt. Sydney Rivers, one of the starters, back out there. Here's Greer flipping it up and flipping it in. 49-47. Carolina, 7:02 left to go here in the opening half. Bartley over to Fryer on the right. Quarles to the cutter, Coveson. He'll back it out. Quarles top of the key, Fryer, extra pass. Bartley corner three off the back rim. Skying for the rebound, Magruder, and he draws another foul. 6:41 left to go here in quarter number 2. More free throws to come for Fort Gordon. Again, if you're going to foul somebody, this is the guy to do it. Connects on that one, though. An opportunity to tie it up. Andre Belton back into the game for the Crusaders. Well, Augusta on 48 points. They're 15th in the league in scoring, near the bottom there. Last in field goal percentage and tied for most turnovers, but they have played well offensively here today. And that's kept them even with Carolina up to this point, 49 all, with 5:36 left to go in the quarter. Is that a 5 or a 6 over there? 6.5 to go in the quarter. My apologies. Here's Greer. Greer guarded by Fryer, goes around him, scoops it off the glass and in. Carolina back up on top by 2. 6 of the previous 7 victories coming into this weekend by double figures. They've won 7 of their 8 games by double figures, have the Crusaders. Their only single-digit victory against these Eagles, as Coveson now with 17 points here in the first half. He gives Augusta the lead back with that triple. Andre Belton trying to answer back. Off the back of the rim, no good. Dunn offensive rebound. Boy, Carolina's really hit the glass hard on the offensive end. Kennedy thought about it. Good defense from Augusta there. Turning on the Jets, Greer over Quarles, yes, and the foul. Yeah, Daniel went for the block and just got too much of his body. So we will have a timeout before the free throw. 5:34 left to go in the opening half. Good back and forth second quarter. Don't go too far. .534 left to go here in this second quarter. Anton Greer, 88% free throw shooter at the line. Greer with 18 points in the first meeting between these two clubs, and he has been hot here in this first half for Carolina as he gives his team a 54-52 lead. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Hopkins. Fryer driving in, dumping it under for Quarles. He'll toss it out to Bartley. Bartley swings it to Fryer. Shot clock winding down. Fryer forces off the back of the rim. No, ball deflected. And Belton comes up with it for Carolina. Stepping into a 3 is Greer. Bang, it's good. 57-52, the biggest lead for Carolina here this afternoon. Inside 5 to play, 4:52 to be exact. Fryer, extra pass to Coveson, Mr. Hot. He's up to, I believe, 20 now. We'll check it at halftime, but I think he's got 20 points here in this first half. Coveson came in averaging 23.3, so he's right around his average already. Greer drawing the foul, can't get the bucket, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Anton Greer, 88% free throw shooter. Back at the charity stripe with a chance to extend the lead. How about Kenny White in his first year? He used to play at Limestone College, which I believe is D2 program. I asked him, he's never coached before. He's always kind of wanted the opportunity, but it's never worked out with his work schedule. So this opportunity came up, and he went with it, and so far he's perfect, 8-0. He's got a better win percentage than Phil Jackson, Red Holtzman, and everybody else combined. Oh, Greer tried to be fancy. He's got it back, floated that up. That was no good. Now he's going to give it away. Here's Dunn, the reverse, got that. The lead is 5, 60-55. And now a turnover by Augusta as they've gotten sloppy on back-to-back possessions. Here's a 3 by Jones. Can't get it to go. Skying for the rebound is Quarles. Correction, that was Greer on the 3 attempt. Greer going for the steal, I believe, is going to be called for a reach. Exactly 4 minutes to play here in the opening half, so at halftime we'll do our usual break. If you're watching on like a Roku or something like that, you can fast forward, and if you're watching on your phone or on any other computer device, all you have to do is kind of hover your mouse over, and you can see where you need to fast forward to. So you can skip the halftime, but if you want to sit there and watch that graphic, that'll be on there for the 10 minutes. Be my guest. Coveson. Bounce pass over to Jones, who's back out there. MacArthur Jones underneath to Quarles. Defender went for the steal and gambled, and Quarles with the easy bucket. 60-57 now. 3:35 to go here in the quarter. Gales, and he lost that out of bounds. So Gales on the court right now for Carolina with Andre Belton, also Kennedy out there, Sean Kennedy, Dunn, and McQueen. Augusta has Jones and Michael Fryer out there. Daniel Quarles. There's Fryer to the bucket, got it to go. Coveson and Magsby. Foul called on Augusta. Back down quickly go the Crusaders. MacArthur Jones called for the foul. Neither team in the bonus quite yet, but they're approaching it with 3:16 left to go here in the quarter. So it'll be Belton inbound, fresh 24 for Carolina. Kennedy on the near side of your screen. Swings it to Belton. Belton, 2 defenders on him, had it poked away, and a late whistle gets Eddie Bird off his seat. So 2 shots for Andre Belton, 77% free throw shooter, 3-year player here in the ECBL. 19.7 points per game for his career, 43% shooter, over 6 rebounds from 2015 to 2017. Nathaniel Quarles coming back in for Augusta. Belton this year, 14 points per game, so a little below his average. It's a deeper team, though. Andre Belton was one of the main players for Carolina when they were the Columbia Crusaders in their first season. Coveson, got to get a hand on him. He missed that time, and they're going to get an over-the-back call on Michael Fryer. So the ball goes back to the Crusaders. 3:02 left to go. Well, they're going to say they're going to shoot free throws. So it's not an offensive foul on a defensive rebound. So that sends McQueen to the line. Brandon McQueen, 85% free throw shooter. Good free throw shooting team for Carolina. With as many fouls are called in the ECBL, one of the reasons why Carolina is undefeated is if you got good free throw shooters, you could probably get some victories in this league solely at the free throw stripe. Foul on Brandon McQueen. Oh no, correction. Brandon McQueen with the steal and then the foul. Hang on here. That's Dunn who was called for the foul. My apologies. So the foul away from the ball. 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Augusta with the basketball. They trail by 4. They've led by as many as 13 in the game. Carolina Crusaders have come back here in this second quarter. The reverse no good by Coveson. Jones is fouled from behind by Gales. Eddie Bird just got teed up. So Andre Belton is going to go to the other end and shoot one free throw, excuse me. Got that to go. The lead is 5. 2:45 left to go. Augusta will get the basketball back, I believe. They might even be shooting free throws here. So Jones will inbound it. Yeah. Still the first half. It's already begun. Fryer near midcourt with it. Fryer cut off. Good defense there by the Crusaders. Nathaniel Quarles gets it to Jones. Up top, Coveson called for steps. So 2:31 left to go here in the opening half. Turnover gives the ball back to the Crusaders. They lead by 5. 7 of 8 victories by double figures for Carolina this season. As I mentioned, 6 players in double figures. Gales, strong move to the bucket, got it to go. Carolina, their biggest lead of the afternoon now, 66-59. Michael Fryer, Jones. Here's Nathaniel Quarles getting it to Daniel. Daniel over 2 defenders, swings it back out. Michael Fryer, deep 3, swishes it through. First bucket for Michael Fryer, who averages 19 per game off the bench. One of the better scorers in the league in 22 games, just under 22 points per ball game, and a 48% shooter. Here's Dunn. Dunn rising and scoring. Only 2 defenders on Marcellus Dunn. The lead is 6. 1:30 left to go here in quarter number 2. That ball deflected and taken away, and Gales had it stripped. Daniel Quarles coming up with the steal, and then he is fouled. Correction, ball just deflected off of the Crusaders, so Augusta will inbound it. Jones into the forecourt, guarded closely by Gales. Coveson top of the key on Belton, shooting and scoring. Well, he cannot be stopped today. Michael Coveson, who had 19 in the first meeting between these two teams, is already over 20 points. And Daniel Quarles wraps up Gales. He'll be called for that foul. 56.8 left to go here in this first half. So more free throws for Naeem Gales, 80% free throw shooter. Misses that first one. 1 out of 2 pushes the lead back to 5 for Carolina. Driving on the baseline, throwing it up, unable to get it to go was Kovson. Put back, Quarles can't get it. Skying for the board is McQueen, and McQueen pushed by Fryer. Not a bad foul. It looked like Carolina had some numbers, and now a technical foul on Kovson. So 3 free throws to come here. They'll shoot the technical first. Andre Belton will shoot it again. Belton 77%. Can't get the tee to go. So now stepping to the line, Brandon McQueen at 85%, and he'll shoot 2 free throws as the Crusaders have been in the bonus for some time. First one is good. Coming into the game is Ron Bartley for Augusta. Second free throw in and out, tip for the rebound. Carolina's got it. Here's Dunn, baseline turnaround shot is good, and it's a 3. Carolina extending its biggest lead, and right now if you're Augusta, you've got to quit worrying about the officials and play. Driving to the bucket is Miller there. He answers with a quick bucket. And another foul called, this time on A.J. Miller. So Gales will go to the line. Unreal. How many games have we had that have been like this? I'd say we'll do 10 regular season games when it's all said and done, and I would say 8 of them are like this. Second free throw in and out again. Kovson with the rebound, and Augusta can hold for the final shot here if they choose to do so. Kovson to Jones on the left side. Fryer driving in, floats it up, in and out. Ball deflected out. Here's Miller for 3, no good. Jones the rebound, and that will do it for the opening half. 74-66, Carolina. Again, you can fast forward through, and we will have the second half for you. I'll put the usual graphic, so once you see that graphic go away, you'll know that the third quarter is about to start. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter underway. Carolina 74, Augusta 66. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Quick trigger as we're underway here in the third quarter. 3-ball no good for Sam Dotson. I believe we got the same starters for both of these teams. How about the alley-oop there? That was Bartley to Quarles. And the lead is 6. So Marcellus Dunn, Sean Kennedy, Sidney Rivers, Andre Belton, and Sam Dotson starting for Carolina here in quarter number 3. Coveson, strong move to the bucket, can't get it to go. Outlet goes to Dotson. Dotson short on the layup attempt. Extra opportunity, Belton can't get it to go, and Magsby collects the rebound. Fryer, so Michael Fryer getting the start here in quarter number 3 with Coveson. On the left side, that 3-ball rims in for Bartley. Ron Bartley with another triple, and the lead is down to 3. Just about a minute and some change in. Dotson misses that 3. Belton, offensive rebound. Cutter is Dotson. Can't get the layup to go. Here's Fryer. Alley-oop. That's going to go off the rim. That was supposed to be a pass. Kennedy strong to the bucket as he goes coast to coast. He's short on that layup. Bartley. Guarded by Greer. So there is a couple of changes for the Crusaders. It looks like Corey Etheridge and Antoine Greer are starting quarter number 3. Michael Fryer trying to draw the foul. The feeling these officials might not be calling. They're either going to call a lot or none here in this second half after the berating that they took in the first half. Into the forecourt. It's Bartley, and Bartley had to go out of bounds. Greer the inbound. Greer gets it back. He's left open. Short on the 3. And Coveson comes up with it. On the far side, that 3-pointer by Fryer is no good. Belton to the cutter. Dotson, yes, and the foul. 9:28 left to go here in quarter number 2. Sam Dotson with an opportunity for an old school 3-point play. And he does. So the lead is 6 for Carolina, 77-71. Into the forecourt, it's Bartley. Bartley to the bucket, had it stripped by Dotson, but they say Dotson got a piece of him. Are they going to say he was in the act of shooting? I believe not. No, they are going to give him free throws. Okay, so Bartley at the line. Ron Bartley, 95% free throw shooter. Bartley, good season. Not shooting the ball very well, but averaging just under 16 per ball game. And he's tied for 10th in assists at 5.7. Coming in, A.J. Miller for Michael Coveson. Bartley trying to go 2 out of 2. Just about automatic from the charity stripe. And he gets them both there to make it a 4-point game, 77-73. Dotson, top of the key. Etheridge for 3. Around the rim, no, and that's going to go off Augusta. 2 teammates going for the ball. Might have been the reason that was deflected, so it will be Greer to inbound it. And that's batted out of bounds, volleyball style, by A.J. Miller. Greer the inbound to Etheridge. Etheridge out to Belton. Belton for 3, yes. Carolina extends its lead to 7. Michael Fryer bounce passes it away. Miller was cutting Fryer thought he was going to stay put, and it's a turnover back to Carolina. 8:44 left to go here in quarter number 3. Etheridge swinging it out. Deep three by Greer. Bounces off the rim. Fryer to the board again. Michael Fryer doing a good job rebounding. Averages about 5 a game. Blocking foul called as Bartley was impeded. So Fryer will inbound it. Magsby, his pass deflected, taken away. Good defense by Andre Belton, who averages just under 3 steals. Three-pointer by Etheridge is good. First double-digit lead of the afternoon for Carolina, 83-73. If you're just speeding through our on-demand broadcast, Augusta led by 13 in the opening quarter. Etheridge trying it again, not that time. Kennedy chases down the rebound. He'll set up the offense for Carolina. Dotson trying to throw it down, had his shot partially blocked, stayed with it. The reverse rejected by Quarles. It's deflected out to Etheridge, who buries the baseline jumper. 85-73, 7:42 to go in quarter number 3. Fryer left open, instead takes it to the bucket, scores, and he's fouled. So Michael Fryer will try to complete the old school three-point play. Fryer, 80% free throw shooter. Fryer, 80% on the season. And the three-point play complete. Total lead is 9 for Carolina now. 85-76. Here's Greer splitting the defenders, throwing it off, and it was short. Miller. Fryer has Belton close on him. Fryer pass deflected. Belton almost had another steal. Etheridge took it away from him. Here's Greer, thought about the three. Etheridge gets it back to him. At 3 off the mark. Corey underneath. The reverse is good. Augusta not doing a great job getting back on defense here in quarter number 3, and it's costing them. 6:53 left to go here in this third quarter. That three ball up and in from Bartley. 87-79. Kennedy for 3 off the back rim. Rebound controlled by Miller. Bartley on the far side of your screen. Takes it left of the lane. Here's Magsby at the free throw stripe. Right side, Fryer can't get the three ball to go. Etheridge, the board. Etheridge, Crusaders have numbers. Belton short on the 3. Quarles the rebound. Nearing the midway point of quarter number 3, 6:09 left to go. Rising is Bartley. Another triple for Ron Bartley. And the lead down to 5 for a Carolina, 87-83. The lead is 4. Air ball that time for Greer. Bartley the board. Here come the Eagles. Quarles. That's, I believe, a 3 off the back of the rim. Fryer chases down the rebound. Trouble with it for Magsby, but he's able to save it to Bartley. Extra pass underneath. Shot up and in by Fryer, and it's a 2-point game. Greer to the bucket. Greer blocked from behind, but a foul. And I believe we'll have a timeout. 5:21 left to go here in quarter number 3. A close game between Augusta and Carolina. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. 87-85, Carolina with the basketball and the lead. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Hopkins, South Carolina. Gale shoots a deep three. That's a bad shot that goes out of bounds. And the ball back to Augusta. They could tie or take the lead with a three here. Bartley into the forecourt. Copeson back out there. And Augusta loses the basketball. Coming in is Jumper. He played well in the first half off the bench. Ball deflected, and it's off Magruder, they say, so we'll stay with Carolina here. Gales. Gales had it poked from behind as the Eagles get a steal. Copeson had trouble with it, able to get it to Bartley, though. Bartley will draw the foul, so he will go to the line. 4:41 left to go here in quarter number 3. Free throws to come for Augusta. It's Ron Bartley again, almost automatic at 95%, and he's 2 for 2 here today. Money on the first one. Again, here's what's on the line today. Augusta trying to avoid falling to 3 and 7. They would be tied with Savannah for that final playoff spot if they're unable to get a victory today. Carolina is cruising. They will likely have the 2 seed in the South. Right now we're even at 87, 4:37 left to go here in quarter number 3. McQueen can't get it to go. That's going to be off. Nathaniel Quarles, I believe, has it out of bounds. So we'll stay on this side of the court. Set the 5 for you. It's Sidney Rivers to inbound. Marcellus Dunn on the court. Also Naeem Gales. And McQueen and Jumper as some pushing and shoving on the inbound. So that's the 5 for Carolina. Ron Bartley out on the court with Magruder, also Michael Fryer, Coveson, and Nathaniel Quarles. The officials are talking about how they want to call this. So they're going to get together and talk. While they do, we will step aside once again. Welcome back, everybody. So Marcellus Dunn got hit with a flagrant foul. So on the other end of the court, it's Ron Bartley who will shoot the free throws. Not sure what happened, but it was an elbow to the head. Yeah, that'll get you. So Augusta takes the lead briefly, 88-87. It's still Crusaders basketball as Rivers will inbound it. Rivers gets it to Gales. Gales top of the key. Doubled up. Dunn gets it underneath. That's goaltending on Quarles. So the bucket counts. Carolina back up by 1. 89-88. 4:20 left to go here in quarter number 3. Full court press being shown now by the Crusaders. Bartley to the bucket. Bartley, offensive foul. Taking the charge was Rivers. So the Crusaders will get the basketball back. I think Eddie Bird is looking for the restricted call. So I believe if there is no restricted circle on the court, according to these guys, they don't play it. So That's what we'll go with. 91-88 as Gales gets the bucket. Inside 4 minutes to go. The talking has begun again. Fryer for three. The rainbow shot off the back of the rim, and Gales got bumped over the back. So Magruder called for the foul. Some talking going on again. These are grown adults, ladies and gentlemen. All of them. The youngest player is Jumper. So a technical foul has been called on Gales, who took the hit, and the personal foul goes on Magruder over the back. So Bartley will shoot the tee. Wow, a rare miss from Ron Bartley from the charity stripe there. So I believe it will be Crusaders basketball. A couple of subs coming in. MacArthur Jones checking in. Also, Justin Princeton. Into the forecourt, Gales. Gales throws it to Dunn. Dunn, turnaround shot in the lane over two defenders. No, but Jumper. How about that from Jumper? Flying in with the offensive rebound and the bucket. And now an offensive foul, illegal screen on Nathaniel Quarles. Sydney Rivers will inbound it on the illegal screen. Crusaders get the basketball back. They lead by 5. Gales to the left. Rainbow shot in and out. Boy, that went halfway down, came back out. Ball's deflected out. They say last touched by Augusta. So again, Rivers will inbound it. Like what I've seen from Jumper so far today. A lot of willing to do the little things kind of a guy. That's what you need. As Gales misses the jumper, Princeton comes up with the board. Inside 3 to go, 2:49 left in quarter number 3. A chippy kind of a game. And right now, Carolina controls by 5. Nathaniel Quarles, Princeton. His pass deflected. Shot clock winding down. Kovson gets it, and that's going to be Jones making the bucket, but they say not in time. Well, now they're going to talk about it. So we'll see. It's a bang-bang call, and they're going to count the bucket. So 93-90, they say Jones got it off just in time. Rivers, left of the lane. Here's Jumper, and Jumper fouled on the floor. No free throws yet for the Crusaders, so Rivers will inbound it as Daniel Quarles comes back into the game. Well, the Crusaders in the first half falling behind 13. Now they do say it is the bonus, so Jumper will go to the line. But their offense really starts with their defense. They lead the ECBL with 17.5 steals per game. That has fueled their comeback, forcing a lot of Augusta turnovers. They're also 4th in defensive rebounding, so you haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of extra chance opportunities for the Eagles today. And that's why the Crusaders are 8-0 right now, trying to go to 9-0. Jones has his pass deflected out of bounds. Princeton. 3 ball, short for Augusta, and the rebound tipped to Jumper. Here's Gales into the forecourt. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McQueen, his pass, a rocket that goes out of bounds. Coming back in, Alfonso Magsby, as Fort Gordon forces that turnover. Augusta, sorry. I knew I was going to do that at least once. Here's Jones into the forecourt. Jones guarded by Gales in the man-to-man. Printon looking for a screen. Gets it to Quarles, who set the screen. Back out to Printon. Steps to the right, shoots a three. Boy, that almost went down. It was kind of a rocket shot. Rivers to the bucket, had it stripped, and we'll stay on this side of the court. Dunn on the right wing. Dunn to the free throw stripe, short on that shot. And nice job by Jones to tip the ball to Kovson. Kovson looking for the alley-oop. It's deflected off the glass. Dunn with the rebound, and Dunn is fouled. 1:08 left to go. I believe Crusaders will shoot a pair here. Both teams in the bonus. Marcellus Dunn has played the most games of any Crusader, 55 since 2015, 10 points, 4.8 rebounds. Numbers down a little bit this year. This is just his third appearance of the season as that free throw goes. Crusaders have had some injury problems. Boy, they have a guy on their team who I guess suffered a car accident. Bryant Matthews, who played at Virginia Tech from 2000 to 2004 and played well at Virginia Tech. He played in the NBA Summer League with Detroit and internationally with Austria, Mexico, and a couple other places. And, I mean, if they had this young man, who knows? They're missing him. They also lost Jarvis Jackson with an injury at the beginning of the season. So the fact that the Crusaders are 8-0 with those two players out says a lot about the depth of this team. Traveling the call, 41.8 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 96-90, Crusaders with the lead and the basketball. Heath Jumper with the inbound. Here's Gales into the forecourt. Gales, nice move to the bucket. Too strong on the shot, though, and the rebound controlled by Magsby. Kovson had the hot hand in the first half. He's been quiet here in the third quarter. Printon, 18 seconds left. He drives in, gets it out to Jones. Top of the key, Kovson fakes the three, floats it up. Off the back of the rim, no. Put back Magsby, no. And he's tied up with Gales. They're going to call, I believe, a foul on Gales with 8 seconds left. So Magsby goes to the line. Alfonso Magsby just 1 of 6 from the charity stripe this season. Gets that one to go. Short on the second, Dunn with the rebound. 7 seconds left to work with now for Carolina. Dunn with 4, Dunn with 3, rises short. And the full court pass, or shot, by Printon goes out of bounds. 96-91, we go to quarter number 4 here in just a couple of minutes. Quarter number 4 underway. Carolina up by 5, 96 to 91. Chris Sheeman back with you here in Hopkins. Crusaders trying to remain unbeaten. Go to 9-0. Augusta trying to stay ahead of Savannah for that 6th and final playoff spot. And we're going to start quarter number 4 with some free throws from Michael Kosen, who shoots 78%. Kosen over 20 points in the first half. Connects there. So Augusta and Savannah are going to play. Augusta will be off until the final weekend of the regular season. They will host Charlotte, then they go to Savannah. That's June 3rd at 1 and then June 4th at 3. And it's possible that the game at Savannah could decide the last spot for the Southern Conference. Carolina's going to the playoffs. They've already clinched. Will they be 1, 2, or 3 seed? The SC All-Stars continuing to win. Carolina Crusaders will play the primetime players in their final regular season game of the season here at Hopkins. Well, Augusta cutting it to a 1-point game here, 96 to 95, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Dunn can't get that bucket to go. Kosen gets the jumper to go, and Augusta takes the lead, 97 to 96. Dunn, and it poked away. Dunn being hounded, splits 2 defenders to the bucket, and he's fouled from behind. So Marcellus Dunn will go to the line. Foul is going to be on Magsby for the Eagles. Augusta started the season 0-5. They won 3 straight before losing on Saturday to Florence. Sam Dotson checking in, also Sean Kennedy. Corey Etheridge is going to come in soon as well for the Crusaders. Dunn trying to give his team the lead. He doesn't. Rebound controlled by Jones, so we're tied at 97. Just about 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Kosen is fouled from behind. So Corey Etheridge coming into the game. And I believe Dunn will come out. So Belton Kennedy out on the court with Greer, Etheridge, and Gales. MacArthur Jones drives in. Printon, top of the key, Magsby. Step back by Quarles, an air ball. Rebound controlled by the Crusaders. It was Kennedy with the board. Into the forecourt, it's Greer. Dotson for 3, swishes it through. Carolina first to the century mark, 100 to 97. Jones around the defender, takes it left of the lane, shot off the back of the backboard, no good. Kennedy threw it away, and picking it up is Printon. 1-point game now. Wet spot out on the court. Folks, don't forget our final regular season broadcast is next Saturday in High Point. It's Carolina Thunder and the High Point Heat. It will be at 5 p.m. next Saturday. So the wet spot cleared up. Crusaders will have the basketball, clinging to a 1-point lead here at home. Dotson. Greer from way downtown, short on it. Grazes the rim, that's all. Quarles another rebound. Nearing the 10-minute mark here in the final quarter. Fryer gets it back to Printon. Shot clock running down here. Magsby, Printon. Printon's got to hoist it. He does, draws iron, and just beats the clock. Dotson has it deflected out of bounds. So ball will belong to Carolina. Dotson into the forecourt. Here's Kennedy. Etheridge for three. Yes. Well, he has been silky smooth with his shot from behind the arc here today. Corey Etheridge, who averages 20, shoots just 33% coming in from behind the arc, connecting on 3 or 4 of them here today. Strong move to the bucket by Magsby. Good answer for Augusta. It's 103-101. Foul's going to be called as Belton got tripped up. So Andre Belton to inbound it. Dotson, Etheridge tries it from the right. Good again. Corey Etheridge starting to heat up for Carolina as we approach 9 minutes to go. It's 106-101. Some trouble. Jones able to get it underneath now. It's Magsby, and Magsby with the bucket and foul. So Magsby will go to the line, try to complete the old school three-point play. Ron Bartley's going to come back into the game. Also A.J. Miller. So 2 subs on for Augusta, and Magsby at the line. Can't complete the three-point play, so Carolina maintains a 3-point advantage, 106-103. Quick trigger by Dotson. Nope. Tip for the rebound, it comes to Magsby. Bartley into the forecourt. Fryer on the left wing. Fryer around Kennedy and threw it away. Pass a bit off the mark, and the ball will go back to the Crusaders. Trey Magruder coming in for Augusta. But before that, quick timeout by Carolina. We'll step aside, come right back. (106-103). Carolina by 3 with the basketball out of the timeout. 8:20 left to play in the final quarter. Nobody on Dotson. Dotson couldn't get the bucket. Greer underneath got the rebound. Quick flip up, no good by Kennedy. And the rebound controlled finally by Augusta. Here's Miller to the bucket. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line. A.J. Miller, 66% free throw shooter. Can't get the first one to go. So Augusta with 2 more games remaining. They're home against Charlotte, again June 3rd, at Savannah on the 4th. Still 3 more to go for Carolina after today. They're at Florence next Saturday, then at SC Upstate on the 3rd, and the primetime players come to town on the 4th. Turnover, here's Miller on the run out, got it to go. The lead is 106-105. Belton to Greer. Greer driving right at a lane, scoops it off the glass and gets the friendly bounce. 108-105 now, 7:34 to go in the quarter. Bartley underneath, shot up and in from the big guy. That's Magruder. Again, it's a 1-point game. And now a steal. So Augusta starting to force some turnovers. Nice job by Fryer. Extra pass to Quarles. And just like that, Augusta by 1, 109-108. Belton top of the key. Greer same spot. Greer from way downtown. Got it to go. Bartley lost it, and that's a travel. You can't lose the ball and then catch it yourself. So Etheridge, 6:40 left to play. There's Greer. Carolina by 2. Greer scoops it up. No. Offensive rebound. Now Etheridge for 3. In and out. And we're going to get a foul, I believe, on, it's going to be a double foul. Kennedy wrapped up with Magruder. So I believe they'll jump it up. So it's Augusta's ball, I guess. Coming on for Augusta, Alfonso Magsby. So Carolina showing some full court press here. Bartley able to break it. Greer applying pressure on him. Bartley gets it back, shoots a 3 with the hand in his face, rims out. Rebound to Carolina. It was Etheridge with the board. Here's Kennedy. Etheridge from the free throw stripe, short on the jumper, and the ball goes out of bounds off Quarles. So Carolina will inbound it. It'll be Greer to inbound. Greer underneath, Etheridge with the bucket. 113-109. 4-point advantage for the Crusaders. And we've got 5:42 left to go. Driving is Fryer, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Magsby. 3 ball from Miller is no good. Another offensive rebound, but a steal now on Greer, who's fouled. So it will be Greer to inbound. But first we have a timeout. 5:29 left to go. 4-point game. We'll be back. 113-109, Carolina with the lead and basketball. 5:25 left to go in the ball game. Will Carolina remain unbeaten? Will Augusta be able to pull off the upset? Strong move to the bucket by Greer there. And it's a 6-point game, 115-109. Now a steal by Greer. 4 on 2. Oh no, Belton couldn't get a handle on it. Steal by Kovson. Kovson gets it back, shoots the triple and hits. Well, if Michael Kovson can heat up again, look out. He was red hot in the first half, silent in the third quarter for the most part. The lead is 3 now. Driving is Greer, and he's fouled. So Greer will go to the line, shoot a pair. 4:41 left to go here in the ball game. Greer, 88% free throw shooter, connecting on the first one. Again, Crusaders, pretty good free throw shooting team as a whole. Second one good as well. So the lead back to 5 for Carolina, 117-112. Bartley into the forecourt. He's bumped by Greer. So both teams are in the bonus over the final 4:35. That means Ron Bartley will go to the line. Mr. Just about automatic from the charity stripe. Bartley good on the first. Opportunity now to cut it down to 3 and a one-possession game if he can get this second one to go. And he does. 117-114. Augusta hanging around. Mentioned it. For those of you who might have skipped ahead to the end, Greer. Strong move to the bucket again for Greer, who's getting anything he wants. It was a 7-point victory for the Crusaders to open the season against Augusta, 105-98. So we expected a close game. We've gotten it. Michael Fryer can't get the 3 to go. Bartley tried for the offensive rebound. Ball deflected around. Quarles comes up with it. Almost threw it away. 3:54 left to go. 3 ball from the corner. Not good. Here comes the Crusaders. Here's a 3 by Etheridge off the back of the rim. Quarles the board. Bartley to Quarles in the forecourt. Michael Fryer. Magsby using his size and body to get to the bucket and score. 119-116. 3:24 to play. Dotson. On the near side, Etheridge. Etheridge lost the dribble. Who touched it last? They say it's off Augusta. So we'll stay on this side of the court. So Greer will inbound it. Looking for the cutter, Dotson, and Dotson unable to come up with it. Coming from behind of Kovson is Greer, who steals it right back. Greer to the bucket. No. Etheridge couldn't get it to go, and this is sloppy right now. Quarles comes up with the rebound. He might have gotten poked in the eye, and we'll get a timeout for Augusta. So a sloppy finish. 2:47 left to go. Timeout, Augusta. We will step aside. Come right back. There you see our final broadcast of the regular season. We'll also have the championship for you on June 24th. Business to finish here. 2:47 left to go. It's Augusta with the basketball. They're down by 3. 119-116. 2:39 and counting. Kovson's been the man today. He's got the basketball here. Gets it to Magsby. Out to Bartley. Bartley's been hot as well. He's got to hoist it. Almost banked it in. Tip for the rebound. It's controlled by Dotson. Here comes Carolina. Out to Belton. Belton for 3. No. And the rebound to Daniel Quarles. Bartley with 2:10 to play. Over on the left side. Kovson for 3. No. Magsby offensive rebound. And his pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Crusaders. Coming in for the Eagles, A.J. Miller replacing Magsby. Turnaround shot. Kovson gets it to go, and the lead is 119-118. Inside 2 minutes to go, 1:47 to be exact. Dotson swings it over. Kennedy open, buries a 3. Big bucket by Sean Kennedy, who we haven't heard a whole lot from today. Coming through here in the big moments. 1:31 to go. Kovson has it up top. Kovson floats it, grazes the rim, that's all. Kennedy the rebound. Some press being shown by Augusta as the foul's committed by Fryer. So both teams are in the bonus. Sam Dotson goes to the line. Sam Dotson, 70% free throw shooter. So 1:19 left to go. It's fairly simple for Carolina. If they can take care of the basketball and hit free throws, they should win this. First of 2 is good. It's a 5-point game. Six-point game now. Still 2 possession. So if you're Augusta, 1:15 left to go. You got plenty of time here. Bartley. Michael Fryer. Fryer to the bucket, pulls up, can't get it to go. Boy, that's a big miss there. Approaching 1 minute to go. We're now inside a minute to go. The reverse, no good by Greer. Still opportunities here. Fryer to the bucket, quick shot. Nicely done. 49.4. Kennedy into the forecourt. So Augusta won't foul here. They've got time. Kennedy will kill the clock a little bit. Now he'll pull up. That 3-ball no good, but nobody for Augusta goes for the rebound. Now they've got a foul as Dotson is hit. Wow. Everybody's standing around for Augusta on that rebound. And Carolina might be able to shut the door on this one because of it. First free throw is good. Remember, it's a 5-point game with 21.4 seconds left, so it's still 2 possession regardless. But if you're Augusta, you got to start thinking about the 3 here, as we'll get a timeout. Final timeout, we'll step aside for one more time. Welcome back, everybody. As you see, Augusta lets it roll a little bit. And traveling is going to be the call there as Bartley lost his footing, I believe, trying to draw a foul. So I had the time off. It's 25 seconds left to go. So Augusta's going to foul here. And more free throws to come for Mr. Dotson. So 1 out of 2 should put this one in on fairly solid ice for Carolina here. First free throw is good. So it's now a 3-possession game, barring a foul on a 3. And life becomes much more difficult if you're Augusta. So Augusta appears on their way to 3-7. That will tie them now with Savannah for the final playoff spot as Quarles throws it down. 15.1 left. Etheridge has to get the inbound here. He does so to Kennedy. Kennedy has to save it. He does to Greer. 10 seconds left to go. Greer is fouled by Bartley, but it's all over. So Augusta will fall into a tie with Savannah for the final playoff spot with 2 games remaining for both teams. They'll both be at 3-7. Carolina continues their quest for a top seed. They'll go to 9-0 with 3 games left to go for them. Augusta's next game is at home against Charlotte on the 3rd. Then they'll go to Savannah on the 4th. Meanwhile, Carolina at Florence on Saturday, at SC Upstate on June 3rd, and home against the Primetime Players on June 4th. The Crusaders, as Bartley buries the triple with 1.5 seconds. I believe there will be time left. You heard the buzzer go off, but I believe there's going to be some time left here. It's kind of a moot point at this point. So they'll set it to 1.3, and that will do it. 130-125, Carolina remains unbeaten. They're 9-0. Our next broadcast coming up on May 27th. It's High Point and the Carolina Thunder. Folks, thanks for watching. Once again, your final score, Carolina Crusaders 130, Augusta 125.